I spoke with Zhiqun Zhu. He is an associate professor of political science and international relations at Bucknell University. I asked him about the history of panda diplomacy.
Well, I think the panda diplomacy played a big role in improving relations between the United States and China. As you mentioned, yes, 1972, China sent first two pandas to the United States. And that was the time when China and the United States did not have diplomatic relations yet. So the giant pandas really helped pave the way for the two countries to improve relations and eventually establish diplomatic relations in 1979. So I think, the bilateral relations are always very complex. In addition to the political dimension, you always have these cultural, societal, educational dimensions. So panda diplomacy is a big part of this. And I think, especially now when relations are tense at the governmental level, panda diplomacy should be promoted.
When you think about Bei, his entire life has been watched on a webcam. People have seen every step of this panda's development all over the place. There's a connection no one could have imagined back when all of this began. So how has it grown or flourished, would you say, since 1972? Obviously, it's changed with the internet. That's a clear sign right there, the fact that people could watch Bei every day if they wanted to.
Yeah, well, you're right. With the advent of social media, actually, you don't have to go to the National Zoo in D.C. You can just log in and you can watch, you can see these lovely animals online. So, in other words, these people everywhere, can have access to the zoo to see the pandas. So that really helps that more Americans can see these lovely animals. I think that's a wonderful thing. With the growth of social media.
And Bei's departure obviously brings to mind the question, does the softer side of these relations between China and the United States suffer, especially during these times of strife? I mean, you mentioned the trade war that's going on.
Well, I hope that after Bei's return, maybe some other pandas will come. And I think the bond between the two societies is very strong. I think Americans and Chinese people love each other, despite the trade frictions between the two sides, and I think the pandas and other cultural education exchanges will continue to be a major force pushing the relationship forward.
Moscow got some pandas this year. Finland back in 2018 became the 8th country in Europe to become a part of this panda diplomacy. What do these pandas mean for these various countries?
I think for all of them, almost, I think the panda represents China's soft power and also the softer side of China's authoritarian regime, if you like. Because oftentimes in the news, you hear about what kind of policies China is adopting, aggressive policies in the South China Sea. But China has its softer side, its soft power, its culture, its tradition. I think panda is a great representative of the soft power China has. I think that's why pandas are so popular, not just in the United States, but also in Europe and other places.
Professor Zhiqun Zhu there.